Hello, and thanks so much for joining us for our Made in Texas interview series. Today I'm joined by Eric Power, the filmmaker behind the Texas animated feature film, When You Get to the Forest. Eric, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Of course, yeah. Well, first of all, loved the film. So beautiful. The animation is so unique. Can you start by telling our viewers who maybe haven't seen the film yet a little bit about the film itself and kind of some of the inspiration behind it?
Yeah, so the film's a cut paper stop motion, so everything's animated sort of traditionally, camera pointed down at my work surface. So it has a huge history in like animated films dating back to like the beginning of cinema for basically cut paper stop motion.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to carry on that tradition in the new century.
Yeah, totally.
But the film's about a woman who gets sort of lost in a forest for a year and has to sort of come to terms with the baggage that she brought in with her and various things like that. Sort of a meditative, kind of weird weird film, experimental a little bit.
Yeah, I loved the sort of slow, like you said, meditative feel of it, and I felt like my blood pressure going down while watching
it's
it.
peaceful.
It's very peaceful. I was like, this is really nice. So the film has so many different locations and creatures and landscapes and everything like that. So could you tell us a little bit about the process of maybe designing the different creatures and the different seasons and what the differences are for some of those?
Yeah, so when I was approaching the forest, what I wanted it to be is sort of like an amalgamation of like all of Earth's forests in a way. So you get like some bamboo here, and like various things. Because it's not like a real place. It's sort of like a reflection of Dana, her journey, and it's like mirroring like her a little bit. And like even like all the animals that are in the film, like pretty much all of them are extinct,
Yeah.
So they don't exist anymore, which is kind of sad. And then there's a little bit of fantastical elements in the film as well with these like mirror creatures, and it gets like kind of abstract. And that was basically just kind of, again, reflecting Dana's internal struggles and like in an external way.
Yeah.
And then we got this like kaiju kind of thing going on.
I love it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the process for this specific type of animation?
Yeah, so it all starts with like cardstock of like different weights, and lately I've been adding watercolor textures to it. And first I get like these huge sheets of paper and just sort of texturize it, and then after that cut it out, glued together, and then move on to the animation phase where everything's just sort of shot, and then you have to composite the images together. So back in the day they would use like multi-plane cameras, like old Disney style planes of glass, and shoot down. Now you can do that digitally, sort of like using the computer as a multiplane to put all the different layers together.
Awesome. Well, where can our viewers see When You Get to the Forest?
Well, right now we're sort of looking for distribution. We're talking to some people. I think the plan is this fall, which I'm pretty excited about. I think it's a good fall movie. If you want to watch something right now, you can watch a horror film called Attack of the Demons. It's available pretty much everywhere, Amazon Prime. And then my first feature, Path of Blood. It's like a samurai film, pretty cool.
Oh, very nice.
And you can find that on Tubi, I believe.
Very cool. Yeah. I love how completely different all of your projects.
Yeah, I want to do a slice of life film too.
Well, do you have any other projects on the horizon? And if so, how can people stay in touch with you if they're interested in learning more about you and your future projects?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm in love with making films, so I'm always looking. We're trying to get the capital, the funding to make the next feature.
Yeah.
I'm working on some music videos right now. The best way to keep up with me is probably social media, I guess, like everyone else, and it's Eric Power Up, and easy to find.
Yeah. Well, Eric, thank you so much for joining us here today and sharing all this great information about When You Get to the Forest.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Make films.